A very good morning to you. It is a wintry day here in Johannesburg. The temperatures have plummeted. We're trying to keep as warm as possible, which is why it is always so cool to focus on innovation and to focus on how industries are changing. And not only that, but how they're changing the lives of the people that interact with them. I'm Howard Feldman, a Synthesis podcast. A very good morning to you. A very good morning to Leigh Goosen. She's the Managing Director of WAPPoint. It's something to do with the payment industry. Leigh, tell us what you do.
Good morning, Howard. Well, basically, yes, we help customers to get a card machine for their business, and we also help customers to get their online payments processes in place. For example, if they need to put an e-commerce store or just simply send a customer a payment page or a payment link. That's mainly
okay, so effectively what you're doing is you are facilitating transactions on behalf of your customers. You're making you're pulling their business into an age that allows them to transact electronically. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. And we work as a sales partner with the banks. Because a lot of merchants want to be able to get on board quicker. So, we facilitate that process for the merchant.
All right. And explain to me the specifics of how you would do it. If I run a home store and I wanted to get on board, what would that mean?
So all you would basically need is just to contact us, decide on the product that you need for your business. And we're quite flexible that you can change between them as your business changes or grows. And then you would just need to submit a couple of FICA documents, things like your copy of ID, a proof of address, and a bank statement. And then we onboard you as a merchant. And once you've got your merchant ID, we deliver the device or the online payment solution to you and help you implement it as well.
And what does that look like? What does that mean now to my customers?
So that enables your customers to then pay you by card.
Okay.
So a lot of smaller businesses opt for just cash and EFT. Actually, a card payment solution can really enhance your sales because customers tend to buy more when they're paying by card. And we also find that a lot of merchants have difficulty, collecting debt from their customers. So this enables them to be able to get a payment there and then on the spot, instead of saying to the client, please do an EFT and pay me and waiting for the money.
There's an enormous segment of the South African population or economic population that isn't particularly involved in, they might not have all the right equipment, they don't have a store in a shopping center. Is this aimed at the empowerment of South Africans?
Yes, most definitely. And the product that we've recently launched with the help of Nedbank, being the first bank in South Africa to have tap on phone facilities. The main aim around this product is really to help the informal business owner to get their business into a card payment space. It's so affordable, for everyone to use now.
So explain to me about a tap on phone with Nedbank, how that works for your customers.
Well, basically, the customer uses his own cell phone as a card payment machine. So they download the Nedbank Pocket Bars app onto the cell phone. It has to be an Android device that is NFC capable, which most phones nowadays do come out with that ability. So all they need to then do is open the app, select the tap on phone option, and then tap the customer's card on the back of the phone. And it works very similar to a normal tap transaction that you would do on a regular card machine.
Right. So this, of course, is the product that was developed through synthesis with Nedbank.
Yes, correct.
Right. In terms of the ability here to change lives, I mean, this is absolutely immense, because if you think about it, that everybody's cell phone is suddenly becomes a point of sale device. This has the ability, literally, from, I don't know, from taxis to street vendors to
Yes.
to everybody in between, is just absolutely incredible.
Yes, especially because, having a device comes with quite a huge cost component. The merchant either has to buy it or they have to rent it on a monthly basis, and not every business owner can afford that. And we're launching Tap on Phone as a free product. So now it really opens up the market for anybody to accept card payments.
I would imagine that COVID has been, although tragic and terrible, to some extent has highlighted how important cashless transactions are.
Most definitely. Cardholders don't really want to interact as much with the card payment machine. They want to stay at home. They want to order things in a virtual way. So it really has had an impact. And being able to tap your card and you're in control of your card, you're not moving the card to the merchant, that gives a cardholder a lot of control over the situation.
What have you noticed, or what have you observed from your clients during this COVID time?
Well, a lot of our clients have, had a lot of difficulties getting their businesses back up and running, and have had a hard time economically. So we've noticed that a lot of clients have switched now from having a physical card machine over to a tap on phone solution. And that's really helped them save a lot of cost in their business. And they've been able to transact as per normal. We have one customer that is in a restaurant space, and the tap on phone facility actually enables each waiter to be able to use their own cell phone. So the restaurant owner doesn't necessarily
That's
have to
amazing.
have a speed
Wow.
point at one central location, or pass the machine around between the waiters. Each waiter is in control of his own payments and can facilitate that. And that's really been incredible, and especially on a cost-saving front for the owner.
Has your business had to pivot during COVID?
Yes, most definitely. We operate mainly in the SME space, and also in exhibitions and markets. So we've obviously, with exhibitions and markets being closed for a year and a half, that's really affected our business. And small business owners, many of them have unfortunately not survived. So that has been very difficult on us. But with the changes that we've been making, and especially going, into new technologies and evolving with the times, that's really helped us to pivot our business.
What do you think some of the biggest challenges are, or what are some of the biggest challenges that you're facing in this space?
I think the main challenge is that, because people are not leaving their homes anymore, or not as often, the biggest challenge, I would say, is that people are not spending money as they used to. A lot of people have also lost their jobs. So I think just in general, spending has gone down. And that's probably the biggest challenge for all of us.
Right. But to a large extent, the adoption of newer technologies, simpler ways of receiving payment, ease of receiving payment, is the edge that I would imagine customers and potential customers would look to at a time like this.
Most definitely. And card payments play a big role in that, because if a person doesn't have the money to pay via EFT or cash, they often have a credit balance on their credit card, and they're able to then pay for something that they really need via card.
It is interesting, because I've noticed just within the functioning of my own family, whereas we'd always have to have cash at home for something, somebody was always asking for something to be paid. Yes, I have a bunch of kids and they don't come cheap. But as of late, I'm not even sure that we have any cash at home anymore. It's
No.
almost that we're moving towards this environment that simply doesn't demand cash.
Yes, most definitely. And we've seen a lot of that change now in the last year and a half, especially in the townships, where majority of the townships are still using mainly cash. Now, many of them are starting to actually say, I want a card machine, my customers are asking for it.
Right, and it's obviously it's safe as well. There's less risk. There's less a chance of transmission of COVID. So there are many reasons why this would be attractive to people. And I imagine that once we start emerging from a COVID environment, those habits aren't going to change. The demand will pick up. And the requirement for more merchants to provide the facility to receive payment without cash, I think is going to be absolutely critical to any business, no matter how big or small it is.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, it's an exciting space to be in. Difficult times, obviously, given what is going on in South Africa currently, given the COVID situation, but actually very, very exciting times in terms of the possibility and not only the business and commercial possibilities, but the ability to change lives, because this really can be transformative and empowering for people across the country.
Yes, and you don't always realize it, but if a business owner does well in his business, then he's able to employ staff. And
Absolutely.
what our economy really needs right now is, job creation. So by providing them with a card payment solution, we're increasing their turnover to the point where they can actually employ staff and grow their businesses. And that's helping the economy. So we're very excited to be part of that, especially.
Absolutely amazing, and certainly the tap on phone, with Nedbank and yourselves, very, very exciting. What are you looking forward to in the future?
I'm looking forward to an economy where every person can have a credit card facility and really can empower their business. And I'm looking forward to a future where they can have grow their businesses to the point where they can have a lot of employees and really get our economic situation resolved. The unemployment rate is just shocking, especially at the moment, and that's really something that we as South Africans need to work toward.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for. I'm Howard Feldman. This has been a Synthesis podcast. Don't forget to subscribe below. If you wanted to see some of our other podcasts, we release 2 podcasts a week. Make sure to subscribe so that you can have a look at all of our content. Leigh Goosen, Managing Director of WAPPoint, thank you for taking the time to speak to us. Fascinating conversation, and I look forward to catching up with you again in the future to see how this has gone. I'm Howard Feldman. Be safe and God bless.